Can't believe I believed everything we had would last. So young and naive of me to think she was from your past. Silly of me to dream of one day having your kids.
Hey girlies, it's me, your girl Enoch, back in another video, and today we're doing a story time. Yes, y'all wanted y'all favorites, story time. So today's gonna be a continuation of the video, which will be right here on this side of me or over here of this video. This is part 2 of that story time, and basically another time where we messed around. Okay, this probably be like a 5-part series or 4-part, so bear with me, guys. I have to remember everything and then make sure everything makes sense. So yeah, but before we get started, make sure y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to your girl's channel. That would greatly be appreciated, as well as follow me on all social medias. They will be down below at Enoch Brooks with 2 S's. That's on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all that, like, yeah. So yeah, without further ado, let's hop into the story time. All right, girls. So girl, this takes place again back in school, and this is after football season. It's basketball season this time around, and so because we haven't messed around since football, right? The flirting kind of left somewhat. So it was a new semester. We was with each other, but weren't really much, because I think he changed classes. That's where we didn't see each other every day like we used to. So we changed classes. So it was like the flirting that we used to do, we can't really do anymore because I'm not in class anymore. So yeah, so we haven't talked since football season. So fast forward to basketball season. Again, I tried to be the manager. Of course, I get a yes from the coach, and lo and behold, I'm the manager, right? And he, of course, is the photographer / videographer for the team, the basketball team also. So fast forward a little bit more, girls, because nothing really happened to that. So fast forward to their first basketball game ever. So this takes place at a Christian school, not KIPP, but I think it was Christian something or something like that. And the boys had a basketball game that night. So the same we did last time. We got on the bus, we drove all the way to the school. I made sure everybody was okay, made everybody had their undergarments, everything was washed, made sure everybody had a cold bottle of water, as well as extra water in the back. Again, I sit in the back with I forgot what I call him, I'm calling him Jay. This story time. Same boy, I'm gonna call him Jay, because I forgot what I call him other story time. And I didn't look back at it, y'all, but y'all know it's about. So the photographer, I'm calling him photographer. So photographer, we ended up sitting in the back of the bus, and that was, yeah, we rode all the way down to the Christian school. Nothing really happened on the bus. We chilled. I was on my phone, he was on his phone. We kind of paid each other the whole ride. So yeah, it was low-key awkward, but what can you do, right? So fast forward, some more fast forwarding, girls. Fast forward, we get to the school, and he sets up his camera. I make sure the boys are okay. We go to the locker room, we set everything up and everything down. Make sure everybody had water, you know, stuff like that. Make sure everybody had ice packs in case something happens. So basically, everybody doing their job, right? Everybody in their own places. So if you do not know me, I do not like basketball nor football. I did the manager thing, so I thought I wanted to be a manager, went to college, but girl, that was a flop in itself. I probably still would be one if the opportunity came up, but we'll see. But yeah, and even the fact that the manager has to have, a football manager and like professional football managers have to have like a background in medical history, just because somebody does get hurt, you know, something like you have to have a background in that. Because being a water girl and being a manager is 2 different things, in the NFL or the NBA or something like that. But yeah, but pretty good money though. So look into it if you're really interested. It really is a nice career, and it's kind of easy career too. So just look into it if you feel like that is something that you would like to do. That was a side note, but I digress. Let's get back to the story time. So, but you know what? I don't like basketball. So I'm on my phone. I'm walking around school pretty much. A girl that I knew went to my school, went to that school, a girl I used to know. So we was just walking around, me and her, because I saw each other. So, hey, how you doing, girl? How you doing, girl? So we, we just walked around, talked like that. She showed me around the schools. Most of it was locked out, so we can't really do nothing. But the school was still a big school. So I said, okay, cool. So me and her walking around talking, again, showing me to school. I said that twice. But anyway, so long story short, me and her walking back, I guess, from the tour, and I see photographer. He is out of the gaming space. Now the way he used to do to video the games was just set up the camera and just, you know, record. You didn't really need to be there for all that, right? Nobody usually would touch the camera, something like that, because black folk really didn't steal like that, right? Especially like a camera where I really know what a camera is like that or worth. So yeah, because I know I didn't know what a camera was worth until I got older into modeling. So girl, yes. So I left this camera. He was out there outside exploring too, running around the hallways. And I told my friends, like, okay, hey girl, I'm gonna talk to you later. I think I'm gonna use the restroom. At this point, I was identifying as my previous gender. So I just said, I'm gonna go to the restroom. She's like, okay, where is it? I said, over here. I said, over here. She said, over here. And I went to the restroom and I waited there for like 5 minutes till I knew she was like gone. Cause I didn't want her to be in a hoe. So, long story short, I went back outside, picked out the boys' restroom, and I was looking around like, is he here? Is he here? Like, where is he? Where is he? And because in my mom thinking like, you know, because we used to do something in the restaurants, it's like, let me like just interaction you. So I peek around the thing, I don't see him, and at that point, I'm like, well, maybe he went back into the gym. So at this point, I'm walking out the boys' restroom, and guess who come around the corner? Photographer, right? So at this point, he sees me, I see him, and that's when the flirting begins to start. So he was like, hey, what you doing out here? Supposed to be in there making sure everybody okay. You ain't doing your job. And I'm doing like, oh, I'm saying stuff bad, like, well, you ain't doing your job because your stuff ain't set up. And, you know, it's probably skipping and breaking on. Like, you know, we just kidding with each other, child, flirting like little people do, right? So it's like, whatever. I'd be like, man, come here. And my thing, I was like, well, now how about you come here? Because I'm about to restroom. She's like, how about you come here? We can go in here. But I guess he has the plans, right? And like little hoe I am, I actually did follow, right? He's like, come here. And I'm like, man, what do you want? Like, I'm not got time for this. I gotta go back to the bed. He's like, man, F them boys, just come here. So I said, whatever, cool. So I like a little lost puppy. I'm running behind him. And he goes through this door. Now let me tell y'all, give y'all a setup. So it's this big hallway, and then to the immediate right, there was a cafeteria, right? A cafeteria, well, of course, to cafeteria door and around the cafeteria. So the boys' restroom is on the left side, but all the way down the hallway. So at this point, we're talking, we're walking. I'm walking towards him. He keeps walking back. Basically, he makes his way to the cafeteria, right? Nobody's in there, so it's safe to do whatever we want to do. No, we're not doing the cafeteria, but we did do near the cafeteria. Just to answer that right now. So we walk in the cafeteria, and he's like, man, just come here. I want to show you something. Girl, if you grew up as an LGBT person that was into boys, especially DL boys, you understand why I want to show you something that means, right? So back in my head, I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. So he keep walking backwards through the cafeteria, and we went behind the lunch counter, right? So I'm saying, what? And then, girl, he does what all boys do. He kisses me. And we making out, girl. We making out. He's saying, you so fine. He feeling my booty. Like, he telling me all this and all that. I'm like, words, he gonna mother. Like, yes, I'm feeling a fantasy. Like, he giving it to me like it needs to be given, girl. He's just doing all the things, and I'm living for it, girl. So, and I'm doing other things too, girl. I'm gripping on stuff. He gripping on stuff. Like, it's just, ooh, girl. It's hot. It's sexy. It belongs in the grassy, okay? Type stuff. Type tease, girl. So, anyway, long story short, but we didn't end up doing anything else besides kissing and groping because we heard a sound, right? Now, one thing about hookups, especially DL hookups, and especially places you're not supposed to be at, when you hear any type of noise, you stop completely. You back up from whoever you're kissing, and you look around like, girl, who was that? What's going on, right? Because you never know. Me personally, I don't care about getting caught because I know who I was, but you know he was. So after that, we stopped. We looked around. He said, "Yo, do you see anything?" I said, "No." "Do you see anything?" He said, "No." Cool, like that. So he's like, "Hey, how about we go through this door?" Now, me and him didn't know that door was unlocked or not, but the Lord would have it was open, and this is like this door that led into like the offices of, I guess, the cafeteria people, stuff like that. So he opened the door, we went back there and closed the door, made sure the door was closed, and we locked the door. We locked the door. We proceeded to, find another spot. Began what we were doing at first, groping and kissing and groping, right, girl? He feeling on me, I'm feeling on him. He on my booty. Like, it's just giving what it needs to give, right? So this is when it gets tricky, right? Now, your girl didn't know about cleaning out back then. So it was, girl, painting the town was a thing for me, right? Painting the town was a thing for your girl until she learned what she needed to learn as a grown adult. So, was kissing, was groping, and of course at this point, I am a bottom. Okay, so you know what that means. If you're not part of the LGBT community, a bottom is someone that receives the pain. Raw. I don't know I'm talking like this, but I guess I want to talk like that for a second. So anyway, long story short, girl, that's so ugly. But yeah, so he's doing all that, and he feeling me, girl, with me. He turned me around, girl, kissed me on my back, and then he proceeds to whip out his, as Nikita would say, DIC. And he whips it out. Now, me and you, this guy, I don't know how old he was, but he was girth and length. Me, personally, I'm not a size queen. I'm not. I'll take an average, a little above average. I'll take that 6.5, 7, and an 8 if I love you. Okay, that's about it. Well, 6.5, 7, 7.5, 8. Those are my like golden numbers. So I can take it, cute, or like that. 9 and above, And I'm telling you, 8 is like the cutoff point. I don't know how girls be taking 8 and above, and I like to keep my walls intact. I like to actually feel good when I'm having, sex. So yeah. But anyway, he was big. That boy was big. I don't know if he was 7 or 8. I think he was 8. No shade. I think he was 8. And we was kissing like that. At this point, of course, nobody knew what lube was, no Vaseline, anything like that. So you use your famous spit. So he spits in his hand, rub his thing. And back of my head, I'm like, oh my God, girl, I could take this. I've done this before. And because every time, girl, I used to, paint the walls and everything, girl. So I'm like, okay, well, I don't want to paint him. So I'm thinking in my head, like, what can I do to stop him from doing everything? So at this point, but I know. So I was like, well, I'm gonna raise a host, so I guess I gotta take it. And FYI, ladies and gentlemen and thems and theys, if you don't feel comfortable with taking something, girl, do not take it. Just be like, I'm not ready for this, and move on. If they force themselves on you, girl, scream, kick, and move. But if you don't feel comfortable, girl, be like, you know what? This I'm prepared for. I have to come back with you, right? If you want to do it again, I have to come back with you. If you don't want to get in, say, nah, this ain't for me. But long story short, he proceeded to do that and stick it in, stretching me out. Girl, when I say he was stretching me out, he was stretching me out, girl. I didn't want to cry, but I was crying. Like, I was like, oh my God, like, this is a lot. And he was keep oozing. And baby, and this just a tip and a little bit down. I'm hollering, right? And again, I'm not a virgin, but I'm still a virgin, right? So, your girl is tight. So he pushing it in, and even then spitting out all over, and he didn't get nothing like that good spit in the back. So it can't really like re-slob and stuff. Girl, he sucking in. I'll tell you, 2 seconds. I ran. I was running, girl. I was running, bitch. Like, I was running like boat, girl. I was running away from that. Okay? So, I said, So, long story short, I grabbed up on it. I took it back. I said, how about I just you off until you come? Because I couldn't take it. So, nah, just let me put it up. I said, nah, I'm just like you off. So, I said, nah, I'm just like you off. So, of course, I did. Of course, we reached the Mountain Peaks tribe. Groaning and moaning, groaning. This was at a time before I was more selfish with my self-care. So yeah, now it's mandatory for a boy to eat, lick, chop, suck, all that. It's mandatory. If you ain't doing that, you ain't grown up for that, you ain't grown up for me, okay? So yeah, long story short, we did that. He reached the mountains. I'm satisfied. Girl, at that point, girl, that hour went by, honey, and the game was almost over. So, of course, we rushed off, get ourselves together. We kiss him one time, then we leave. And it was funny because he wasn't a big kiss, but I'm telling you, the boys say all the time, like, I don't know, because the boys, I don't usually kiss, I don't usually do that. be lying, child. Or maybe it's just me, girl. Maybe it's just my aura. Maybe it's my aura, honey. My aura. Like, yeah, my aura. Your aura, my aura. Like, yeah. Bing. But anyway. So, yeah. So, after that, we leave. Rest of the game. We didn't talk. Right on the way home, we did not talk. And we're going to say part 3. For the next one, mess around for part 3. All right, girlies. Thank you for tuning in for this story time. I hope y'all enjoyed it. I tried to make it short but long at the same time, because I understand sometimes people don't want to listen on long like story time. So yeah. Well, I love you guys and thank you guys. Make sure y'all like, comment, and share to your, and subscribe to the girl's channel, of course. I love you guys forever and ever. Make sure y'all follow me on all social medias. It will be down below. And I want to hope to see y'all in the what? In the what? In the what? The next one. Bye, loves. I love you. You're beautiful. You're stunning, honey. Let all the girls hate. But all right, loves. I'll talk to you on the next one.